Hello everybody, I am the Legendary Metroid, and this is a bit of an update on the channel due to a lot of things happening as of late and being planned in the background. So, recently, my video where I happened to turn the Switch purple, not just the Joy-Cons, everything, has blown up. It didn't do much for the first 4 weeks. It probably got in my top 20 or top 10 videos, but then in the next 2 weeks after that point, it just blew up, and now it's at 5 digits, or 10,000 plus, and that's nuts. My second most is still at, like, I think 90 views. This is definitely a video that's blown up for me. And because of that, there's a lot of new people on the channel. My sub count has almost doubled during the last week, which I've been on vacation, so I haven't really been able to keep up with that, and I'm going to try to do that now. One thing to note if you are new, the video where I made the Switch purple is kind of one of those viral video type videos, so it's not exactly something I do often, or really ever. I wasn't even sure I was going to record it when I originally did this, and I just kind of did thinking it'd be fun. And if you subscribe to the channel based solely on that video and expecting more of it, it's probably not something that's going to happen. I don't anticipate coloring any more consoles or controllers or anything like that anytime soon, if ever. So, sorry to burst your bubble on that one, but if you're hoping for more of that, that's just not something that this channel is dedicated to, or really something that interests me to continue doing with other controllers and hardware. For those of you still around after that, I would like to give a bit of a brief overview of my channel. So on this channel, I typically do stuff like Let's Play videos, which is just playing video games, just kind of in general. Sometimes there's a webcam, sometimes there's not, sometimes it's just me, sometimes it's one other friend, sometimes it's a whole group of friends, and it could be local or online. I'm not really limiting myself in what sort of Let's Play videos come out. And really what type of game it is also isn't really a factor. It doesn't matter if it's an old game, a new game, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, PC, none of that really matters to me. I just want to have a good time playing games, and typically there will be a lot of variety in what sorts of games are on the channel. Outside of Let's Play videos, I will often work on sort of just kind of one-off projects. I've done some artwork, I've done some countdowns, I've done a vlog, I've done unboxings. Really, all those are mostly brief. I've mostly focused on the Let's Play content, and things like the purple Switch will not be regular content on the channel. I mean, depending on how you want to look at it, there's really only that video that's like that, and a couple things that might come a bit close, but not really. But if you're wondering what kind of series are going on the channel right now, there is currently a Halo series that me and my friend John have been working on. We're both brand new to the franchise, and we've really been interested in getting into it. Even though we're not really good at that type of game, we're having a lot of fun with it, and that's been 3 videos a week, each about 10 to 15 minutes long, and those have usually been going up on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and we've really been enjoying that, and our intention is to get through the entire franchise, with the exception of maybe Halo 5, because I don't believe that has any sort of local multiplayer. But we hope to finish 1, then play 2, 3, 4, ODST, or whatever it's called, and Reach. And we're really looking forward to progressing with that series. Another series that's been going on a really long time on the channel is Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga for the Game Boy Advance. Now, that was, technically speaking, to me at least, the first true YouTube video on the channel. There are several videos before that, such as live stream uploads and, well, Shadow of the Colossus Episode 1, whatever you want to make of that. But I consider Episode 1 of this series to be the first true YouTube video I made, where I had some concept of what I was doing, both in recording, editing, and just kind of personality to give off in my videos. Other than that, there's also been The Wolf Among Us, which many of you who have been watching longer than just since the Purple Switch video sent you over here will know that that series was very consistent, 1 video a week, an hour, maybe an hour and a half long, and then it just sort of stopped, and I gave a bit of an update video explaining that. So, going into a bit more depth on that, if, put simply, what was put in that last video, the one titled Wolf Among Us is on pause or something like that, in that video you saw me try several things to get the game up and running after Microsoft pretty much said that I don't own the game. And if you want to say that going through all those steps, you could say that's one session of trying to figure it out. I've gone through about 10, 15, maybe more sessions of trying to figure out the Wolf Among Us, and that's really not working out for me. I've tried everything I can. I've looked to help with other people. I've looked to help from Microsoft support, and I can't seem to regain access to that game. And so maybe I'd just like buy it on PC or something, but I don't really want to buy the game all over again. So right now I think that series is probably canceled. Up to this point it's been postponed and held off to technical difficulties, but at this point I think that I will be canceling the series just due to all the frustration trying to get it up and going has brought me. So sorry if you really liked that, but this is just kind of what's going to happen with the series. In addition to that, there's also a lot of one-off videos. In addition to the many types of videos I said, there's also many other gaming videos I do. A lot of times there's one-off, two-off, three-off or something of a series with a friend or just me goofing off on my own in a game, but they're less common. Stuff like multiplayer games, which I hope to be bringing quite a few more back on the channel. They've been fairly dormant recently due to technical difficulties I faced in late June, early July that I just kind of never went back to it after that point. But I'm hoping to do that soon. And lastly, something I like to do on here is live streaming. Now, I've never tried streaming on YouTube, which I don't really know what people's opinions on that are. I've heard mixed, but so far I've preferred Twitch. It may be better, it may be worse, but it's what I started out with, and it's what I understand right now. So I typically will stream on Twitch whenever I'm available to, and that has been pretty iffy. I have usually kind of held it in high regard as a big thing on the channel, that I love live streaming, I love being a part of live streams, I love setting up live streams and doing them regularly, and that doesn't really happen. So up to this point it's been maybe a live stream a month or something like that, maybe a little bit more often than that, and they're usually like an hour or two maximum, and that's been pretty underwhelming, but I'll get back to the future of live streaming later on. Now, although the subscription count on the channel has nearly doubled in the last week and a half, something that was planned well in advance of me ever anticipating something like this happening to one of my videos is a break for summer break. Now, this has been my summer break in between semesters at a local college, and so far during my summer break, pretty much as soon as finals ended, I tried something like 3 videos a week, 4 videos a week, 5 videos a week, and I just kept stepping it up, and eventually I was at a minimum of 6 videos a week, sometimes dropping to 5, and usually throwing in extras and live streams when I can as well, and really it's been manageable somewhat, but it hasn't exactly been all I've been doing. I've still been working 40 hours a week at my main job and having plenty to do around the house, let alone being completely unavailable Sunday due to some volunteer work that I'm a big part of. So, although I was getting all those videos out there for several months, with the exception of the technical difficulties in June, July, sort of right in the middle there, I've kept a pretty consistent schedule with a lot of videos being on the channel, at least basically daily, for the entire summer. And although that's probably great for you guys that you have plenty of content and a lot of variety in what's going up on the channel with 3-4 series at a time and still one-off videos or short series on the side anyway, this isn't exactly like a full-time job thing for me, and I really don't plan for anything like that to come of YouTube. This is just kind of a hobby for me, and I found it much more enjoyable than I anticipated once I decided to try it out. The thing is, it's already 5/6 of the way through my summer break, and if you want to count YouTube and work together and everything, I really haven't had a break. So, and I'd like to have a chance at a break. Now, this has been discussed on things like Discord for quite a while now, several weeks, and I've decided that as of the recording of this video, I will be no longer working on YouTube content through the rest of August. Possibly starting later in August, maybe starting a week or two into September, but I'm going to be taking a bit of a break. This will give me an opportunity to actually relax a bit and not have so much to work on with YouTube work and now planning for school. It'll also give me a chance to get into my next semester at college without still trying to do 6 videos a week. Now, whenever it does come back, be it last week of August, maybe second, third week of September, sometime in that range, probably first week of September is my guess right now. Whenever I do come back to YouTube, the schedule will be different because I will be much busier with my non-YouTube activities, and I would like to have the schedule set up for that. So, with The Wolf Among Us done, and games like Superstar Saga getting longer episodes every now and then, and oftentimes live streams, as well as the Halo series being a very consistent series that's not too taxing on me to edit, I've decided that once I return in September, or whenever I do return, I have decided that my new schedule will be Monday and Friday uploads of Halo Combat Evolved with John. And that will be literally the only thing that is scheduled on my channel. Up to this point, I've been very hard on myself to have a schedule. Get this game up on this day of the week and keep it consistent all the time. But really, I feel like up to this point, the only one who's really cared about whether or not it's on a schedule is me. And it's definitely been something that's kind of frustrating for me trying to get content out there, because when it's on such a tight schedule, to me personally, it feels less like I am, how do you say it? It feels less like I'm doing this for fun. It feels less like I can just work at my own pace, do what I want, and stuff like that. It feels like I have obligations, which I have a lot of obligations as is, and then I'm setting up more of them that take a very long time to get ready for the time of release. And it's been really difficult for me to keep up the pace and the motivation when I'll be working on I want to just work on one series and just like get 2 weeks done or whatever as soon as possible and just have a blast working on this game, when I have to start splitting up my time all over the place to different projects, and then I'll just suddenly realize, oh, this needs to be up tomorrow. I haven't recorded, I haven't edited, I haven't exported, I haven't uploaded, I haven't thumbnailed, I haven't put tags on it, description, title, all sorts of things that go into every single YouTube video, and I just don't believe I have the time, starting when I'm in classes again, to keep up the 6 videos a week. Even if I did have the time, I don't know if I have the motivation to keep it on such a tight schedule. So what I'd like to do once I return is have videos on Monday and Friday of Halo with John. This may or may not become more episodes depending on how far ahead I get with the series. And because a lot of those episodes I tend to edit in bulk and schedule out over time. So if I get super ahead in that and really want to hammer through it, it might become a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but right now I'm anticipating it being a Monday, Friday series with same length episodes as they've previously been. Now, as far as other games like The Wolf Among Us, that's no longer a factor unless something does turn around with the availability of me being able to access the game. Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga will, for the remaining episodes, at least my intention right now, and I've slowly been fading into this pattern so far with the series, is I would like them to be 1 to 1.5 hour live streams that are then uploaded to YouTube unedited. And live streams I will typically say, some sort of update on Discord, maybe a day or two in advance of when I anticipate, sort of a rough time frame of I think I'm available and I'm interested in playing this game around this time. And then I'll say something on like Twitter right as I'm starting the stream. As far as when these streams of Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga take place it's not going to be the regular Monday, Friday that you typically see the series on. It's going to be without a schedule. So you could be getting an episode of Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga really at any time, and I think this offers me a lot of flexibility to record a lot more of it or record less of it if I'm busy, and it really just kind of lets me really be flexible with when that series can get out there. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that the series will go dead for like a month and then have an episode and then go dead for a month and then be like an episode a day for 2 months or something after that, or something random like that. I still intend to keep something consistent like a video a week, 2 videos a week, 3 videos a week, just at least a video a week of that series, but just kind of whenever I have time to attend to it, or whenever it interests me most to play the game. So as I said before, I am no longer going to be working on videos from the time of working on this. Although, I'm not sure when this is going up. Maybe it's going up tonight, maybe it's going up in a little bit, but right now there's still one more episode of Speedrunners that will be out on Friday. There's another episode of Halo that will be out on Saturday, and there is another episode of Halo that should be out on Tuesday, I think? Episode 14. And as of that video uploading, I no longer have any videos that have been scheduled on YouTube. So I'll still let you know about when those videos are up, and I'll still be very active in Discord during this entire break. It's just I won't be working on recording or editing videos most likely. Maybe I'll record something, but I don't have any huge projects that I'm trying to surprise everyone with in September. I'm just taking a break. Now there's 2 more things that I'm excited to announce that I've really just been... These are things that I've really wanted to do for a long time with the channel after getting a lot more experience with YouTube and streaming and how all this works and what feels comfortable to me. And once I return, I would like to have a focus on streaming. Now, YouTube is fun and all, and I really don't have anything against it, but it takes a long time to work on these videos, and everything's sort of on my own. I'm not really connecting with the community at all, and I'm finding streaming to be much more enjoyable whenever I tend to do that than commentating on a game on my own. Now, this is just personal preference, but I would like to be doing streams quite a bit more often. I have a couple games in mind for that, and although YouTube is taking a break up until whenever I start up again in a week or 2, Twitch will not. It will actually be most likely just more and more of it. I don't have any schedule for this time frame, and I don't have any planned consistency really, but I'm anticipating quite a few live streams, especially compared to my normal schedule, and I'm not planning on things like the 1-hour streams or the almost hitting 2-hour streams that pretty much all my live streams so far have been. I'm planning on like true live streams where it's like I'm going to play it until I'm bored or until I'm tired or until there's no one else watching and I can't find a reason to continue. I just want to like just have fun with it now, because so far everything's been kind of scheduled and I've been trying to keep it friendly for uploading on YouTube later, but I just want it to be fun, and for me that's streaming a lot more than making YouTube videos, and that will hopefully be starting up fairly soon. I have a lot more to do in Okami, and I've also saved the challenge mode for the Breath of the Wild DLC. Now, I've already done just about everything I intended to do in Breath of the Wild, but I've saved the trial mode for streams, which hopefully will happen during this time frame, and I really don't know what to expect in the trial mode of that. It might just be something that I can finish in one stream. It might be something that occupies 10 streams. I really have no idea what I'm getting into with that, but I'd like that to be a fairly big focal point in future streams. The other thing that has been in the works for a while, and I really didn't think I'd reveal it anywhere near this soon, is a 100 subscriber goal. Now, this is goals for getting subscriber counts have never really been that interesting to me. It's always just kind of been like oh, I guess YouTubers are doing this now, or this guy hit this milestone, I guess it happened, now there's this video. But I thought it'd be fun to do at least one of them at 100, and I'd like to do a room tour. Now, this is far from everything, but there's a lot more specifics I could get into with a room tour, and I think at 100 subs that'd be a good time to start work on it. Not like the second I hit 100 subs I'm uploading a video, just I will do my best to get that project, or get that video on its feet once I hit that increment. So that's definitely something that I'm excited to look into, because a lot of people have been asking me about that particular video or video idea, and this is how I've decided to go about that. So to wrap everything up, thank you to everyone new who followed the channel or subscribed and maybe watched some of the older videos, or maybe they're just gonna sit there in the subscription feed waiting for me to paint another Switch. That will never happen. But it's great that the community is growing so substantially, and I'd like to hear a lot more back from you guys now that there's a lot more of you guys to hear back from. And one of the best places for that is Discord. It's completely optional, and it won't really be a determining factor in how much enjoyment you get out of the channel, but there's a lot of people in there right now, and if that number grew even more, it'd be great to get a lot more feedback on my content. I could give feedback on your content. Just a lot more communication throughout the community. Talking about games we're playing, talking about games we're excited for, talking about projects that you might like me to try, or getting my opinion on a project of yours, or getting the opinions of others on something you might have in mind. And I think it would be really fun if that community really took off. It's also where a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff goes on, because not everything is stated in these videos. In fact, very little is stated in these videos. It's typically just the Let's Plays, and every month or two I might do a video like this, but Discord always has a lot of my thoughts on the channel. Maybe I'll do a voting poll. Maybe I'll say, hey, I'll be live at this time later in the week, or I will always say if there's a new video up or if I'm live streaming. And it's definitely a place where a lot more could be happening than people would initially anticipate. And it'd be really great if some of you were interested in joining that community. Links somewhere in the description below. And with that, I've pretty much run out of things to say. So there's links in the description for stuff like Twitch, Twitter, Discord, if any of that interests you, completely optional. And for the time being, there will be no more videos on the channel. There will be the videos I listed that have already been prepared and scheduled, and then there will be quite a bit of a break on content. You'll still find me in places like Discord or Twitter if you really need to contact me about something or ask about a project, but really there's nothing huge in the works during this time frame. And during this time frame where I won't be making videos, there will be a lot of live streams. Live streams will still be uploaded as soon as I'm able once live streams have concluded, but there won't be any like video editing in them. They'll just be raw footage. And those live streams, I will do my best to update when they will happen in Discord, and they will for sure be put on Discord and Twitter like once they start. So these live streams could be infrequent, frequent, who knows, but I'm really excited to find time to actually get to live streaming and interact with the community a lot more vocally and in the moment rather than afterwards in YouTube comments, which for the most part haven't really even been a thing at all so far on my channel. Thank you guys for getting me this far on YouTube. It really has not been that long, with the exception of one video. This channel started in February this year, and we're already at like 80 subs or somewhere around that when I last checked, and this is just incredible. I'm just excited to continue with projects in a more free-flowing nature. And I hope you're excited to see what comes of that. Until the next one, see you guys.